Cultural Event Presentation by me, Olivia Martin. So, where did I go? Well, I decided to do my project on a place that I visited in Turkey. On September 22nd, I visited the ancient city of Ephesus in Turkey. I went with my family for my mother's birthday, and I thought it would be an amazing opportunity to do some extra research and learn a little bit more about it to share my experience for my project. The city of Ephesus. Originally known as a city located in Greece, Ephesus now is in present-day Turkey. The city is filled with lots of culture and history. Even though we went in September, it was very hot. Our tour guide explained that the buildings were actually constructed of marble, a material that reflects the sun's rays back onto the visitor. It was also extremely slippery, and they warned us to wear good shoes. I fell a few times. I saw a lot of people falling as well. I also suffered a sunburn from this. This is an actual photo that I took of the Celsus Library. If you look at its architecture, it was absolutely beautiful and comprised of sleek marble columns. Not only was the city rich in history, it was also rich in cats. There were hundreds of cats. As you can see in this picture I took during my tour, although this cat is extremely cute, if you look behind him, there is a man dressed as a gladiator. At the hour, performers recreate Antony and Cleopatra's meeting that happened in 33 BC. The show included presentations of extravagant costumes, art, jewelry, and music. They used time period accurate instruments as well. They also played traditional pieces of music during that time frame. It was a wonderful performance. The actors were very invested. After doing research, I found that many of them were actually volunteers. It was amazing. The Temple of Artemis. Listed as one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Temple of Artemis currently stands as tiny nubs. It was destroyed, sadly, in 401 AD by a combination of arson, looting, and floods. It existed as a temple worshipping Artemis, the Greek goddess of childbirth and hunting. In its glory, the temple stood at 377 feet in length and 180 feet in width, being named one of the largest Greek temples of all time. It was made of marble and surrounded by charcoal to prevent flooding. It had columns composed of marble holding the structure up. We were only able to view it as a tiny dot peering down from Ephesus, as it was very far down the hill. Art in Ephesus. There were many beautiful pieces of art in Ephesus. The city is home to the Ephesus statue of Artemis, the head of Socrates, and Eros the rabbit. This is a picture of my mother, grandmother, and myself. This photo was taken by a local photographer. The columns next to us are hand-carved original marble. Just look at the detail on those columns. It was so cool to picture that these amazing pieces were carved by handmade tools and without the technology that we currently have today. The Library of Celsus. The jewel of the town of Celsus is the Library of Celsus. The Library of Celsus was named after the city's original governor, also named Celsus. It was home to thousands of pieces of literature and scrolls. It was also a hearth for religious and political affairs. It was very beautiful inside. As you can see, not pictured, I was waiting in line, and then as you get out of line, you are able to walk up the stairs and into the library. A good amount of it actually is still standing. Conclusion. This experience was very eye-opening to me. It educated me on a very important place. Ephesus was a hearth for art, knowledge, education, religion, and politics. It heavily represents ancient Greek culture and architecture. Greek culture was heavily impactful on modern-day architecture, science, and philosophy. It inspired many of today's modern technological techniques that we are currently learning about in this course. Their art was also reflected by their culture and the resources that they had at the time. It really is amazing to think of how these structures still stand today after time, weather, climate, people, and everything else. It is very sacred to the people of Turkey and Greece, and it included a lot of history and was very beautiful, even though I got sunburned and slipped. It was really fun, and I'm very happy that I was able to do my project on Ephesus. Thank you.